That's what we've got. This Focus C-Max 1.6. I'm going to check the fault codes. There are no fault codes in the EOBD or OBD2. There's nothing in that. So I'm just going to check them in the forward side of the scan tool here. Here's the fault codes there, if it's in focus. There we go. P0087, fuel rail pressure. System pressure is low, too low. We've got the P1180, fuel delivery system is low. And diesel particulate filter regeneration frequency, not too worried about that. This one is a drivability issue that I'm here for, and I think if it's not running right, it's not going to do a regen. What's happening is, when you drive the car, the more you give it throttle, the slower it goes. And if you let off again, it's okay. So it's like, somebody's decided it's the mass airflow, but here, judging by the fault codes, I'm going to look at the live data and show you what I found. I've already done this last time I was here. I'm going to show you what I found with the live data and just take it from there. Got the engine speed here, the fuel rail pressure here in green. Manifold pressure, so we can know the turbo isn't faulty, and the mass airflow. I'm going to start the car. Look at this, 10 grams. It's got a slight misfire feel to it. Fuel rail pressure is the green, and that's the one. Last time I revved it up, that was going down. So you have a dip, but that's me letting off the throttle. Yeah, that's the time you can see it. When it stalled, the rail pressure dropped before the other things dropped. So I'll try and show you that again. It is quite flat, actually. We want to make sure that the mass airflow, which is the purple one, goes up. It's going up there, went up to 60, but we see before that the diesel pressure dropped first. And the engine speed dropped at the same time. So we've got the problem. That's why I was chasing the diesel pressure. So we've got a direction. The airflow went up, the boost pressure went up, and the engine speed goes up. But it's just when the first thing that you lose is the fuel, and the engine speed drops. So I think we've got to go for the fuel first. Here's the difference here. I've got this strainer. Well, this is the fuel lifter. It's full of gunk inside. You can see it through the plastic. I've got a new one to go into it. So if I get that one put in there, the fuel doesn't look that dirty inside. I think it's just where it's all collected over years of sucking it through the same part. So we're going to put the new one in and change the fuel filter. This is inside the fuel sender. Taking the top off where it would suck it out through that tube. You can see how it's designed so that the stuff goes to the lowest level. The tank sender's in, and now we've got the new diesel filter going in. I've primed it up to here from the tank. Now I'm going to pull it through the filter itself, going on the outlet. But you see here, what I noticed last time when I squeezed this, the primer kit that I've got for diesels, when I squeezed it last time, it stayed closed. It wouldn't come back out like it is now. So I think that's maybe a clue as well. If that stays closed and doesn't pull anything through, then there's blockages somewhere in the line. So now I'm just going to try and crank it and get it started and see what it's like now in the scan data. Now that I've bled it here, I like to prime it on the return side, so I know there's no air in the system, and it seems to start almost straight away when you do that. Again, this one, I can prime it on the return side, and that comes back out. It wouldn't do that before on the return side or the inlet side. So we've definitely found a blockage that seems to be better now. Just got to have the proof of running it. Okay, I'm gonna have to unplug this for a minute. I know it's getting low, it might be enough to see it though. I got it running. So what we're gonna do now, before I lose the battery on the scan tool, it's the same as before. What do we want? The green one. Okay. So that's revving until I let off on the gas. Oh, the diesel, I mean the accelerator pedal. That's where I'm letting off, it's not dying. I'm happy with that. Before it was going down before everything else, but if you look at the engine RPM, that's where I let off. The pressure's going down after that. So the dark blue, after the dark blue is the green going down, so we're good, it's a fix. Hopefully that made sense. It's a fix because it doesn't have fuel starvation anymore. Now I'm going to clear the fault codes. Okay, erase the fault codes. Engine off. This is all part. Oh, hold on. Okay. So we've tested it the before. So the fuel starvation on the scan tool. We didn't know why, and also I didn't show it, but the hand primer, the bulb in the hand primer, didn't inflate again. It just stayed crushed. So that might be an indication for the future. But we've changed the sender. I'm going to open the sender up and see what's inside it. Fuel sender. Changed the filter. Primed it, then primed it on the return side. It started almost straight away, just a couple of cranks and it started. And we've checked it, so we know the before and the after. We know mass airflow's working and fuel's working. It's getting the fuel. So that's definitely a fix. So thanks for watching. I hope something in here was useful.